What was Johannes Gutenberg's legacy? Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press with movable type. This was an extremely important creation, as it was the earliest date you could create and print any word or sentence you wanted. The movable printing press worked letter by letter. Gutenberg also invented printing ink. It affected the world profoundly, as it allowed the spread of readable books and allowed mass communication, and therefore knowledge and learning for the citizens of Europe. It helped create the modern world and generate new ideas. In his personal life, he lived in Germany and had 2 siblings. He originally had an apprenticeship as a goldsmith, which obviously led to his handiwork in creating the printing press, which incorporated different metals. Little else is known about Gutenberg's personal life. Initially, Gutenberg was able to pay for the cost of creating printing press and books because he borrowed money from his local financier, Johann Fust. When he could not pay it back, Fust sued him and he was taken to court. Fust and Gutenberg's son-in-law took over the printing business and Johannes Gutenberg fell into poverty. After the Archbishop sacked the town and destroyed the printing company, he granted Gutenberg the title of Hofmann. The title of Hofmann meant the gentleman of the court, and that person received a salary, and so Gutenberg lived out the rest of his days comfortably. Following on from his genius invention, he was highly successful with his printing company. Due to his inability to manage and repay his debts on time, he later got into financial trouble and lost both his business and money to his financer. His financer and son-in-law started to run the printing business, and they themselves made quite a lot of money from it. Despite Gutenberg no longer having the company, the invention spread like fire through a dry forest. The invention was extremely popular, and it meant that everything wasn't arduously written down on scrolls and onto paper. It meant that the Europe population was slowly becoming literate, and they were able to take part in debate and the like. For the press to work effectively, each single letter had to be arranged backwards in the press one at a time, and the process could take a day in all. But once the difficult tasks were completed, they could print as many copies of the same page at one time. This allowed for mass production, and it was the forefront of printing technology until the 19th century, when steam-powered printing was introduced. Gutenberg's legacy was great. His invention of the first movable type printing press allowed the earliest mass production and thus mass communication throughout Europe and later other parts of the world.